everybody. Welcome back to the Stanley Parable. We just got squished. If you haven't seen the last episode, go back and check that so you can see where we left off. This game is a bit of a mind screwing thing where the game is messing with us the entire game through, and I really enjoy it so far. So let's see what happens. Resume the game. What happens? We just got squished. The game just starts from the beginning again. Okay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
You said in the last episode, okay, the narrator said in the last episode
when
he erased
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Not this time. Now we're going over here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions.
Oh, we did this the last one, too.
He wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, penalty of misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, $5,000. All right, we're going to jump off the cargo lift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
All right, that's what happens if you jump off that.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
What else happens is my biggest question about this game, because last episode it was screwy to say the least.
Yet
so
there
now
was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
well, let's try to explore what happens. We went down escape.
Boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs.
Okay, we
to
go
his
upstairs to the
boss's
boss's office. I always go left when it's not left. Can we go in here? You can go in here. Why is there a panda with a gun to its head? Business strategy? That doesn't sound proper. I'm going down in the elevator. Go down. This is another option, obviously. Let's see what happens. Chill music. Chill, relaxing music on the elevator. Just little elevator music. What are we... This is going really far down. Where is this taking us? Do I press the button again? Are we just right? We're right back where we started. What? Oh, this game's all about messing with you, man.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill Supreme.
Oh, he just opened up the new passageway on his own. Didn't even need to put the buttons in there. All right. I feel like the loading screen isn't necessary here. I think that's the game messing with you, too. Like, is there a loading? Okay, here we go, loading. I think this loading screen's messing with us. I don't think it's real. I could be wrong, though.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, this time we're going to turn it off.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
We know.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I just know there's secrets all around here,
Now
dude.
the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley...
We know this. We saw this last episode. Let's keep going.
This place where
Last episode, we played by the rules. We did what the game we wanted us to do, except I pressed the wrong button at the end by accident. Because I thought, I don't know why, my brain was like, oh, they wants me to turn it on. So I turned it on, and it was like, oh, you messed up. Big explosion time.
Under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
I'd still love that.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
That I'm controlling him.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
I have no
eating,
idea what the
working,
buttons do.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I'm gonna look up what to do,
the reality
though.
of his past began to sink in.
All right, system
Stanley
power off
decided
this
that
time.
machine blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
That's true.
Where had his co-workers gone?
Right.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
So if you just go down there and press the off
would
button,
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
it's very pretty.
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Well, we gotta wait for it to go all the way down.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Things were meant to happen that way, as in if you follow all the instructions. Get your first achievement, complete the Stanley Parable, beat the game. Really? We just beat the game? Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to look up what to do. Okay, so there are 46 endings to this game, and you have to activate at least 8 of them to get the beloved bucket. Apparently the bucket is all the rave and creates new endings. So one of them was supposed to be the broom closet ending. I did get some dialogue where he's like, you're standing in the broom closet, what are you doing? And then I came back here and he's like, no, I'm not doing this again. And then I wondered, maybe we just stay inside here a minute? Let's see what happens if we stay inside here a minute. You can't do anything in here. It's just, you're just making the narrator mad. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. There is a whole bunch of endings, dude. And there's some complex ones and there's some easy ones. And we're going to try to get through as many of them as we can. Here, let's go forward.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, this is new.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single
AB
moment
1112.
for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, Why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
That's true.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh, that's spooky.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Oh my gosh.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon.
Will you, Stanley?
Back to my boring real-life
The coffee
job
mug is still there.
buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Oh my gosh!
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
Little side note, I've had psychosis before. That's what happens. You have a little voice in your head that narrates everything that's going on that you think isn't like you. You think it's somebody else's voice or something. Yeah, it's very freaky because I realized that it wasn't real when I was able to like give it ideas to say something. So when it said the thing that I was thinking, I realized that it was in my head and it wasn't real. But otherwise, it's really hard to tell, dude, what's real and what isn't when you're in that state of mind.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's
But I was
ever been in
flying
his
and going
life.
through space a second ago.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
That's right.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Okay.
I am okay.
Yep. Didn't work.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh!
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
This is so
It
mind
was
screwy,
comforting
dude.
to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
One of the endings. Apparently this is an ending too.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
This is
What
another
if he
ending.
had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And that's an ending right there. Just close the door once you start the game. Okay,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
let me figure out the computer one real quick. BRB. Okay, we're doing a different ending. So you had to go to this computer first, which I already did. Then you have to go to this computer. Next computer, we have to go to... I looked up some of the end... Oh, that's new. We'll do that later. That is something else to do that takes... I don't know what it does exactly. I just do know that it's... We've done enough endings now to get the bucket. The beloved bucket, which everyone loves the bucket. The bucket is love.
Yet
the bucket
there was
is
not a
life.
single person here either.
We'll have to figure out.
Feeling a
I'm
wave
pretty
of
sure.
disbelief, Stanley decided
Yeah,
to go
he boarded
up
up
to his
the
boss's
closet
office,
finally.
hoping he might find coming to a
Just so you
staircase,
can't go
Stanley
back
walked
there anymore.
upstairs to his
That is
boss's
funny.
office.
All right. So you did this one. Begin the game again. Then 343
All of his co-workers were gone.
or 34
What could it
or
mean?
434. I mean,
Stanley
here we go.
decided to go to the meeting room.
All right, here we go. And then finally, there you go. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. I'm in heaven, guys. Amazing. I thought it would be a lot different than this. Where's the chocolate fountain? Where is the fudge pudding swimming pool? Yes, I'm a fat kid at heart. That's what I thought my ending would be. So there you go. That's heaven. I don't know if you do anything here. Hold on. Let me look real quick here. After the 5th input, you'll take it to heaven, where you can push buttons for as long as you want until you choose to restart the game. If you bring... Oh, you need the bucket, dude. The bucket opens up a whole bunch of more endings. So anyway, you can just go to heaven there and do all that. So let's do the new content one now. Let's go there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This game is insane.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
We got the deluxe edition, so apparently there's new content. This was not in the original game, obviously.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Wow. This game's 12 years old.
Critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
I want the bucket.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I love they got the narrator back for it, obviously.
Okay,
I mean,
so far it's an elevator.
2013, man, 12 years
but
ago.
I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
What are we doing?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
There's one ending I really want to see, but you need the bucket.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh, here we go. Open up behind. See, classic elevator. New content, the jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
You can jump in the circle as much as you want. These guys had an amazing sense of humor. Jumps remaining. What happened? I'm going to 0. I'm going to 0 jumps, dang it. 16, 15, 14. I want to see what they say. Tell me what happens at 0 jumps. How did they even program that? That's so funny. Jumps remaining 0. Oh, do you not say anything? Okay. Oh, you could have jumped back here?
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
These guys have a great sense of humor, man. I know I already said that, but this is incredible.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
Message.
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
I say we wait. Oh, he's just going to start it anyway. Okay. Oh. Different.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Let's go in the vent. Coffee. What? Coffee nut? Oh, as in like you like coffee a lot? Okay.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, wow.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Oh, look, here it is
You
on
see,
Steam.
Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013?
Good times, it's
when the
just
game
office
originally launched?
pictures.
Back then, video
This
games
is
had
great.
integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Demonstration. It is impossible to get this achievement. Unachievable. Don't play for... Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Nominee. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. Oh, they did. For game innovation. I'm guessing these are things they actually won. British Academy of Arts for Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, it's a serene little pool
And
thing.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I feel like this is going to go, like, it's either going to go insanely crazy or it's going to be just mild-mannered. But it's going to be one of the two extremes.
Here's another moving passage, this
GameSpot.
time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone. To
I've
spend
heard
the
that
rest
before.
of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
For Scott K. I bet that's somebody that passed.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Carpet textures. That, I guess they use that for the... They use that... Oh, yeah. These are, like, things they use to build the game. Like, what do they call it again? Resources. Can I go through here? Where's my jumping? How do I go to the serious room? I want to go to the serious room. Go down here? Yep.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no.
Steam.
Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam.
Steam
the
reviews.
Online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No, probably. Oh, here you go.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humorous dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I'm so glad. They came out with this 10 years after the game came out, dude. That's wild.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh, dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No,
Perhaps
you
the
didn't,
Stanley
narrator.
parable isn't... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley.
What's going on?
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have. And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full... Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Oh, no.
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there.
This is
I don't know why
hilarious.
the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
I just want to see what happens.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much...
Where's the narrator? What's going on? What's the noise? What's the beeping? Hold on, let's try to see if we can find the source of the beeping. I don't know what that beeping is. Is it the clock? Okay, let's just hit the button again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing.
So true. What is supposed to happen here?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
That's what it says on the banner when we start the game.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is...
Uh-oh, the stuff's getting leaky. Oh no, things are becoming decrepit. Oh, dude, this is like a horror. This is like horror game all of a sudden. What? Oh, we can escape now. Maybe. No? Need the jump circle over here. Oh, just beautiful fauna growing and all that stuff now. Oh no! What happened to the fauna? What is going on? Oh no! What is happening? Is that at the end? Can I go up here? No. Oh, the skip button, man. This is scary. This is like actually... Oh, the skip button broke. Oh, we can go out this way now. Oh! Oh, no! It's a desert. Holy smokes. What the heck? Where were we? It's like the end of time. Can I make it to the mountains? I think you're just stuck here now. Begin the game again. Psst. Okay, so...
Stanley!
But I'm gonna go the other way
Over
this time. I'm gonna go the other way.
In the vent. I want to show you... Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway.
You're a dork. Okay. Now, the bucket should be here, I think. Where is the bucket? Oh, I'll have to look it up. Guys, that's today's episode. Thanks for watching and joining me for the Stanley Parable. We're going to continue playing the Stanley Parable. We're going to keep going to get some more endings. We got to find the bucket. So join us tomorrow for another episode of the Stanley Parable. I'll catch you all there. Peace.